Hello. Christ. Literally 2 seconds into the show and already my brain has thrown in the fucking towel. Okay, cut, scratch that, let's start again. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Tech Spurt Weekly, the weekly tech news show that's coping really well with self-isolation. Definitely 100% mentally stable, not at all lapsing into cognitive breakdowns of epic HP Lovecraft proportions. Actually, I'm doing alright this week because I've got a fresh truckload of booze in, so that's me basically sorted, and also my internet didn't fall on its arse and capitulate like half the nations basically by the sounds of it, so that's a bonus. And even as the world burns all around us, fresh tech is constantly launching and turning up here at the doorstep of Tech Spurt Towers. So without further ado, let's crack on. Tech Spurt Weekly. So this week, of course, the interwebs has been buzzing with chat about that elusive, pesky wee OnePlus 8 Lite, which we expected to launch alongside the 8 and the 8 Pro. Apparently it will eventually be coming, but more around July time. This more affordable phone should please fans who balked at the new higher asking price for the OnePlus 8 pair, although the actual name is now rumoured to be the OnePlus Z, placing it as a spiritual successor to the older OnePlus X. Now admittedly the OnePlus X was kind of unremarkable beyond that funky ceramic limited edition model, but I've got hopes that the OnePlus Z could be a really decent mid-ranger, certainly to rival the likes of the also incoming Pixel 4a. What you can basically expect is the same triple lens rear snapper as the original OnePlus 8, plus a similar 90Hz display as well. But basically what OnePlus will do is they'll strip out that Snapdragon 865 chipset and replace it with MediaTek's Dimensity 1000 platform instead to save a wee bit of cash. But it should, by all accounts, still be a solid performer, and of course that comes with the 5G smarts built in as well. And this week also saw the launch of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 series here in good old Blighty. It's a similar story to the likes of the OnePlus Z. In fact, we've already seen the Redmi Note 9 Pro and the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max out in the wild, and now here's a more affordable version which trims the specs a bit in order to shave the cost. So just like the Pro version, the Redmi Note 9 comes packing a quad lens rear camera, although the 64 megapixel primary lens has been scaled back to a 48 megapixel effort, while the selfie snapper is now a 13 megapixel rather than a 16 megapixel. That display is a mite smaller too, at 6.53 inches compared with the 6.67 inch Pro, but it's still a full HD plus effort. The Snapdragon 720G chipset from the Pro has also been replaced with the MediaTek Helio G85, but the mighty 5000 mAh battery remains, and the Pro's edge-mounted fingerprint sensor has also been relocated around the back end. So both blows will see a UK launch hopefully in the next month or so, although there's been no mention just yet of the actual asking price. Hopefully they'll be super competitive though. And now it's time for the part of the show that's less advisable than brushing your teeth with a chainsaw. It's viewer comments. Whoop whoop. Viewer comments. So first of all, make sure that you're sitting down and holding tight onto something because, massive shock, last week we had lots of comments about the Sony Xperia Mark II. I know, right? My bowels just exploded in utter surprise. So Joseph says, know that we are here watching and waiting for an unbox of the Xperia 1 Mark II. Mate, I basically spend my entire life just sat by the front door hoping for a knock from Mr. Postman with a big old box with a Sony logo on it any day now, right? Meadow Bolano says, what about the Sony Xperia Mark III? I mean, Christ, at this rate the Mark III will probably be a thing before we even get our hands on the Mark II, but whatever. And Just Imagine TV says, I feel the Xperia 5 Mark II will be more attractive. It'll probably sport a similar sort of design, but we'll see. There's always been lots of rumours and leaks about that, but I'm not expecting that to launch until closer to autumn time once Sony has finally dusted its hands of the Xperia 1 Mark II and of course the Xperia 10 range too. Next up, Bloomylicious, great name, says, greetings from Birmingham, Brum. Hope you guys are keeping safe. Arts and crafts task for you. Can you make an Aussie style cork hat but replace each cork with every Moto phone released this year? I mean, of course not, because that's about 50 phones. So if I wore a hat with all of them on, my neck would be crushed like an overripe grapefruit. And besides, I don't have the time or the patience for that. So what I've done is I've crafted a cork hat with 3 of them on for your viewing pleasure. And one of those has just fallen off. I didn't really think through the positioning of these things too well, did I? I should have sort of put them at the sides and the back, not right at the front in front of my face. There we go, that's a bit better. And also I know this show is fast turning into the Aussie myth debunking hour, but are cork hats actually still a thing? Or is it just a massively offensive racist stereotype? Definitely be great to hear from any of my Antipodean chums. If you can give us an update on the status of cork hats down below, that'd be much appreciated. Next up, IJ Smith says, I had to abandon Tech Spurt Weekly partway through to watch the plan platform back now, good choice coming back, it was grim. Even more grim because you can actually imagine that's how things would unfold in that scenario. Oh yeah, I mean, the platform basically sums up the general human spirit and the state that we're all in pretty well, but with all the subtlety of a sledgehammer. I don't want to give any spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen the platform. It is good, it's just a tough watch, but there is literally one part where someone on a higher level defecates on someone beneath them, which is about as clear a bit of social commentary as you're possibly going to get. And IGA Smith continues, anyway, shiny things, that Motorola Edge looks nice. Yeah, hopefully it'll be a good little alternative to the more premium, super expensive 5G smartphones if you're dead set on jumping onto the tech this early. Of course, they'll have plenty of competition from the likes of the Realme X50 Pro, you got the Nokia 8.3 5G, lots of smartphones coming around in that sort of £500 price bracket with, of course, some decent specs and 5G support, so stay tuned. Next up, Mark says, will you be getting your grubby mitts on the Pro version of the Black Shark 3? Yes, I will do, hopefully very shortly, and apologies to anyone who's expecting Black Shark 3 content this week, as I kind of hinted at quite heavily last week. Unfortunately, I completely forgot, that there was an embargo until next Friday on all of the unboxing, review, etc, etc, etc. So stay tuned end of next week for lots of sexy Black Shark stuff. Next up, Dennis Bat says, any good anime recommendations and what is your all-time fave? Well, I just finished Akame ga Kill and blah. It's a really good show, but it's one of those ones that it doesn't just tug at your emotions, it rips them from your chest and then stamps on them and then takes a big steam and turd on them as well. And that's what I love about anime, is that one minute they'll be doing jokes about some prepubescent boy scorping it at some lady bits, and then the next minute a character you actually quite like will be getting ripped in half. So that's awesome. In terms of the all-time fave, definitely Cowboy Bebop. Absolutely love that show. Could watch it literally start to finish and then start at the beginning again and go right through it. Absolutely love it. One of the few shows I've watched right the way through many times. Also got a lot of love for Dog and Scissors, Neon Genesis, Watamote. Basically anything that's batshit mental, I am definitely fully on board with. So next up, Rob says, hi Chris, congratulations from Oz on hitting 250,000 subs. Cheers and awesome. Rob, what is the crack on these things? It's just bollocks, right? It's just tat that you sell to dickhead tourists, yeah? I know, of course, this isn't the sort of the standard Aussie style core cat. This is more of a Mediterranean affair, but this was all I had to hand, unfortunately. Okay, this is actually really starting to annoy me now, so you know what? I think that hat has to go. Sorry, guys. There we go. That's better. Back to professional Chris. Those Motorola hats will be available in the Tech Spurt YouTube store, so stay tuned for those. Rob continues, mate, you need to shave looking in the mirror. You've missed half your face. No, that's basically just how my face looks, mate. But full disclosure, I mean, I've basically stopped using body hygiene products like it sounds like most people have done under lockdown. It's actually quite liberating. I'm actually waiting to see if actual smell lines start appearing from my saggy flesh after another couple of weeks of basically not using deodorant. Next up, Facile says, Moto G7 Power still a good buy in 2020. If you see it for proper cheap, sure, it's still a very dependable everyday smartphone, fantastic battery life, can't be touched. But of course it's got lots of rivals these days, like the Realme 6i, the Oppo A9 2020, Motorola's just brought out the G8 Power Lite, so there's lots of 5,000 milliamp smartphones out there, so take your pick basically. Is this YouTube channel monetized? Asking because I can't see any ads popping out during your videos, or is it possible to make money without placing ads? I hope I'm still monetized, because that's my beer fund right there. What you should be seeing is just an ad or two quickly at the start of the videos and then nothing in the middle, because it really annoys me whenever I'm watching a bit of YouTube while I'm cooking or whatever, and then the ads pop up like halfway through and you're having to stab the smartphone screen with like fingers covered in tomato juice or whatever. That's less than ideal. It always annoys me, so I don't want to obviously piss off you guys as well, hence I don't put them in the middle bit. And next up, Kaz wants a new compact phone. He's asking, should he get the iPhone SE2 or the Pixel 4a? Obviously a large chunk of that will come down just to what OS you prefer or which one you hate the least, iOS or Android. I'm hoping that the Pixel 4a, when it emerges, has a really strong camera tech to easily beat the crap out of the iPhone SE 2020, but only time will tell. We haven't actually had an official announcement on that yet. In terms of the performance, the iPhone will probably beat the Pixel quite comfortably, but I'd imagine the Pixel will be able to do everything you need it to. But anyway, stay tuned for more on both of those handsets. And then better make this the last one for the week. Christian says, may I caress your slaphead for good luck? Obviously. Yeah, go for it. Get stuck in there. Everyone have a proper old fondle. go on, whatever it takes to get us through the other end of all this bollocks. But hey, let's keep the touching above the neckline, eh? I know what you lot are like. So thank you to everyone who commented last week. Absolutely love going through all of your random thoughts, questions, ideas on life, all that shenanigans. Definitely please bang some more comments down below. Apologies if I didn't get to you this week, and it's busy times. Next week, got Black Shark 3 embargo lifted on Friday, so stay tuned for more stuff on that on Friday and possibly over the weekend as well. And I've also been testing out this sexy bit of tech, HTC's Vive Cosmos VR headset. Proper full-on affair this is, and a great bit of escapism, obviously, for these troubled times, and also a bit of a mind when you've had a skinful. So hoping to get a full review and some more content of this up, if not next week, then certainly very soon indeed. That's if I actually get around to writing anything instead of just punching VR robots in the face over and over again. So have yourselves a lovely weekend, people. Thank you very much for tuning in. Stay tuned for more Tech Spurt Weekly next Friday, and have yourselves a lovely weekend. Did I already say that? I'm not sure. I'm not drunk yet. I'm just a bit... So yeah, bye!